anti-workmanship use of inferior materials in her businesses. She's been sued for breach of contract. She is a hand-picked candidate from Nancy Pelosi 2 years ago when she couldn't make it on the ballot because of felony election fraud. She's someone who filed for bankruptcy, sticking it to Iowa businesses to the tune of $29 million.
Senator
I am
Joni
very
Ernst,
proud
you
to
are so
support small business.
dishonest.
You can
And
go
it
onto
is
the internet,
shocking.
you can see
Just
all of the
shocking.
documents. The documents are there, folks. Why on earth would we take someone that has this record of dishonesty and failed business leadership to the United States Senate?
Now, the first thing to notice about it is the behavior of Joni Ernst. Republicans never used to talk this way. They would usually make relatively benign insinuations about the Democrat. They're for higher taxes, so they're weak on defense. But here is Joni Ernst going sort of full savage on her opponent, attacking her business credentials, talking about the lawsuits against her, talking about her top aide's criminal record. And this shows the way in which Republicans are learning from Trump. They're learning from Trump that attack is the best defense. They're learning that the other side is not as invulnerable as they make themselves out to be. That with the Democrats, as with the media, you have to charge at them. Don't even try to go above their heads. Try to go at their heads. And this is what Joni Ernst does to great effect. And the reason you know it's effective is look at the reaction of her opponent. She sort of is absolutely flabbergasted. She doesn't expect this. She's so used to the namby-pamby Republicans that she's waiting for some namby-pamby Republicanism, but she doesn't get that. What she gets is the rapier thrust, and she is into a mode, and she doesn't know what to do. Now, this is not the ideal mode of American politics, I will concede, but it is the mode, the correct mode, when the other side has become gangsterized. Notice that the other side uses the ad hominem attack against us constantly, and they've been doing this for a while now. Their idea is that we're not just people who disagree with them. We're not well-motivated people who happen to be wrong. They don't have to educate us on the correct way of things. No, their idea is we're evil. We are racist. Even our patriotism is really a form of jingoism or xenophobia. We despise women. We despise minorities. We're anti-gay. So their attack is on our motives. Don't listen to these people because they're wicked people. And even if they happen to be right, their motives are so corrupt that you don't want to be on their side anyway. And this is why a lot of young people shy away from Republicans. They bought into this vicious accusation. So it's time to give the other side a taste of its own medicine. This is the new Republican Party. It's not Reagan's party because we're not living in a Reaganite environment. The opponent today is not abroad. We're not fighting the Soviet Union. We are having a kind of cold civil war with a domestic enemy, the enemy at home, if you will. And this enemy fights ruthlessly, and we have to bring a kind of equal determination if we expect to win this fight.
Okay, good morning to all my fellow Americans. Here once again, my name is Eduardo Rodriguez, here to inform on what's happening. There's a couple of more videos I want to show here, if I had the time. You see what the Democrats are, they weren't expecting that, but that's the way we had to treat them. We had to pinpoint, and we had to tell the world how corrupt they are and how evil they are, and their determination to destroy America. And you see, almost everybody who joins the Democrat Party has an agenda, and the agenda is to gain wealth by illegal means. She just spit it out right there, denouncing her, the Democrat opponent. So you saw it all. Before I start, I want to send a salute to all my fellow American veterans, especially those of the DIV, for which I am a member, Chapter 11. And and send a salute to all veterans of all organizations, and never forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order to keep this country free, which the Democrats want to destroy. The so-called Democrats we all know now are officially the communist, Islamic terrorist organization. So be aware. The state of Florida, don't forget to vote for Maria Elvira Salazar for Congress. And Donald Trump, I hope you get well. I wish you well. God bless you. May God protect you always. We miss you a lot, and we hope you're back again as quick as possible. We need you. And let's make America great again, back to normal. But let's see if we can do like we did with Venezuela, where we froze the accounts of the communists and have destroyed that country. And you passed it on to, you helped to pass it on to Juan Guaido. Let's do the same thing with Cuba, which has been over 61 years under this nightmarish socialist regime. And see if we can freeze the communist accounts and pass it on to Juan Guaido as temporary president of the Republic of Cuba. Without communism, without Islamism, without Nazism, and without fascism. It doesn't make any sense. And it's not, I don't think it's intelligent to let a people who wants to destroy our Constitution and impose their will upon us to be part of our system and our freedom. It's not called, being in violation of their rights. The contrary is to protect those rights. That's why we need to do this. Be strong and be firm with against these people. No, you don't like it? You gotta leave. It's time to leave. Okay, let me go to the next one here. I want to show you Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace, it's terrible. These guys are terrible. I don't know what he's doing in Fox News. I guess Fox News is no longer what it used to be. But we still got at least Laura Ingraham, and we got Hannity, and we got Tucker Carlson. But it's just, fire this guy. This guy's no good. He is no good. Period. And I'm going to prove it to you. Watch this here.
Steve, let's talk about reasonable risk, because there was the debate on Tuesday night, as you say, that I moderated. The rules from the Cleveland Clinic could not have been more clear. Everyone in the audience was to wear a mask. The president and the former vice president and I were the only ones exempt from that. We've got a picture up on the screen. After the first family came in, they all took off their masks. So did the White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows. Do they think that the health and safety rules for everybody else do not apply to them?
No, that's not the reality. Look, everybody was tested before that event, as you well know. Those of us who went first were tested by Cleveland Clinic directly. Everybody who gets on Air Force One for any trip on Air Force One is tested before they get on.
Steve, it doesn't matter. Steve, it doesn't matter. Everybody that was in that room was tested. Steve, everybody that was in that room was tested. And the Cleveland Clinic's regulation was it didn't matter. Everybody, except for the three of us on the stage, was to wear a mask, and people from the Cleveland Clinic came over and offered the first family masks, thinking maybe they didn't have them. They were waved away, and the Commission on Presidential Debates has issued a statement saying, from now on, if you don't wear a mask, you're going to be escorted from the hall. So forget this question of being tested beforehand. Everybody was tested beforehand. No, I'm going to finish my question. Everybody was told to wear a mask. Why did the first family and the chief of staff feel that the rules for everybody else didn't apply to them?
Chris, we believe that masks are very useful. The president has worn them on many occasions, including visiting the hospital where he's now a patient. When he was visiting as commander-in-chief as a guest to visit soldiers there, he wore a mask. So we believe in masks. We also believe in some element of individual choice. People were distanced and they had been tested. Both of those things were true in that convention hall.
They weren't distanced, and there were rules, and there was no freedom of choice. They broke the
Chris,
rules.
I was there like you were, and they were distanced.
Why did
those
they
chairs
break
were
the
not
rules?
close together. Look, those chairs were not close together, and again, we also believe that people...
It doesn't matter, Steve. The rules from the Cleveland Clinic were close together, Steve, and the rules from the Cleveland Clinic were everybody wears a mask. Why didn't they?
Chris, the way you're starting to harangue me now actually reminds me of what you did to the president during that debate on Tuesday night. When
Oh,
he
yeah,
debated
I
Joe-
harangued him.
No, and that he had to debate not just Joe.
I don't
Joe
know, stop it
Biden,
right
but you
here.
as well.
I
You
just
were not a neutral
hate to listen to
moderator.
this
I don't
Chris
mind tough
Wallace,
questions.
the
I
guy.
will have reasonably tough questions, but what I don't think is okay is for you to become the effective.
Hey, Chris Wallace, you're in the wrong network. You should go to CNN, the Communist News Network, or MSNBC. You know, somebody should question you. What were you doing in Feinstein and in this guy's, I forgot his name, I think it's Feinstein. I just don't remember very well his name. The guy that was in prison and supposedly committed suicide because they caught him on this island of pedophiles. And I saw pictures of you with him. Two of these photos. What were you doing there? You know, somebody should question you. Were you in that group? Were you like Bill Clinton and Barack Hussein Obama and many others? That's why you're a Democrat, and that's why you're against us, because you have committed a felony and should be investigated. Somebody should question you, investigate you, Chris Wallace. You know, we see the intentions of all the Democrats. All of them have committed crimes or intend to commit a crime, so they join the Democrat Party where they'll feel safe. They know they won't be persecuted because the Democrats will throw the towels on them. Let me go to the next one here. I'm gonna leave with this last one. Okay, wait a minute, let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna leave with this last one. So God bless you all. Donald Trump, always pray for you and your family. The same with Mike Pence and his family. And may God protect you and bless you eternally, all of you. And may God bless our country eternally. And I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Remember, this is Eduardo Rodriguez speaking to you. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully. God permits. This is from Next News Network.
Far-left activist brags about Biden's radical platform, even if Joe can't bring himself to admit it. This is the Next News Network. My name is Elijah Schaefer. Please check that you are subscribed by clicking below and turning on the bell. It helps us out a lot. Our story today comes from Tom Wood from 100% Fed Up, who reports on CNN. Progressive activist Alexandra Rojas openly bragged how she and other radical left groups have been forcing presidential nominee Joe Biden more and more to the left. Rojas says that Biden has been influenced and worked with politicians like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and other activist groups like the Sunshine Movement, a youth-led political action group focused on promoting climate change. Take a look at the clip for yourself.
Joe Biden has worked with folks like the Sunrise Movement, with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to increase over 20 years his previous climate plan to move it up to 2035 in terms of net zero carbon emissions, which is huge. And the fact, throughout history, right, it's never been folks just waking up. It's been social movements of our past. So even if, he doesn't want to say it, our movements have really shaped this conversation and this debate, and we are ready to beat Donald Trump.
Not only have we seen the progressive shift of Biden's climate change policy, but even the national co-chair of the Biden-Harris campaign admits that Biden's economic plans are the most progressive our nation has ever seen. When CBS News' Margaret Brennan asks why Joe Biden avoided talking about the economy at the Democratic National Convention, Democrat LA Mayor Eric Garcetti says Biden has the most far-left plan that we will see, I think, in our lifetimes in America. Take a look at the clip for yourself.
Be proud of the plans we have.
But isn't the
Not only
slogan
bring
Build Back
jobs,
Better?
manufacturing.
Wouldn't you need to, if that's your slogan, explain how you're going to do it? Joe Biden mentioned the economy 4 times. Economic was a phrase used 4 times. Mentions 5 million jobs, but didn't say how he was going to do it. Why not emphasize that?
We have been talking to a blue in the face about the most progressive and most expansive economic plan that we will see in our lifetimes in America. Build Back Better.
Joe Biden is a puppet for the left, and how sad is it that we watch this elder abuse take place on the stage every single week as this individual continues to have a lack of facts, as anytime Trump spoke, he just said, that's a lie. That's not true. Unfortunately, though, that is enough for his base, as they don't care to find out what's the lie, or what is the lack of truth, or where Trump doesn't have the fact. They just believe whatever the talking heads say, because these are people who follow the state. They have personalities who follow the government. They don't think for themselves. They just, oh, wear a mask? Okay, I'll wear 10. These individuals are not bright. They are crowd pleasers. They are people followers. These are not the people that you want running your country. In fact, they will run it into the ground through force, because that's the only way. They don't believe in individual liberty. And it's really scary the way the world actually works. Anyway, have a great rest of the week. May God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.